So this is a fiction text. It's a narrative about Sam and his sister Kate who are at the fun park. Sam wants Kate to have a ride on the roller coaster. Alright, so I want you to read the story quietly to yourself, and then I'm going to ask you some questions afterwards. Okay? Okay, Kate, so now that you've read the story, can you tell me what the story's about? What happened in this story?
Well, Sam and Kate were going to go on a roller coaster. Kate didn't, but Sam did. And Kate tried to look for excuses to not go on. But he had some money and already paid it. And they went on. And as they got up the top loop, Kate turned around to speak to Sam, and she realised that Sam's face went quite pale, and Sam said, "I don't feel well." So Kate said, "Now who's the scaredy cat after all?"
Okay, now that you've read it to yourself and you've answered some questions, you need to read it out loud to me. Okay, off you go.
Scaredy cat. "Come on, Kate," yelled Sam. "You've just got to have a ride on this roller coaster. Don't be a scaredy cat." Kate frowned. She wishes her brother Sam didn't such a loud voice. Everyone seemed to be looking at her. "I'm going to have to think an excuse," Kate said to herself. "I don't have any money," she called back. "I've got plenty," shouted Sam. "I'm sure you'll enjoy yourself." "That's what you think," Kate whispered as she went up to the ticket machine. Sam made room for her on the seat, and the man clicked the safety bar shut. The carriages began to move slowly upward. Kate felt her stomach tighten. She closed her eyes and waited until they reached the top of the first hoop before she dared to open one eye and look down. "Watch out," shouted Sam. "Here we go." Within seconds, they were flying down, around and under hoops after hoop. Kate gripped the bar and she was beginning to feel dizzy. As she turned to say something to Sam, she was amazed to see his face had gone quite pale. "I feel terrible," he groans, "but my head spins around and around." "This wasn't a good idea after all. Who's the scaredy cat now?" said Kate with a laugh.
Good girl. Thank you. Okay. What was Kate's excuse for not having a ride?
Saying that she doesn't have any money.
So as the carriage began to move slowly upwards, what did Kate do?
Well, she closed her eyes, and as it stopped from the front loop, she opened one eye and then to look down.
Okay. Why do you think Sam called Kate a scaredy cat?
Because she didn't want to go on the roller coaster, and he thinks that she was scared.
Why do you think the man clicked the safety bars shut and not Sam? So why do you think the man did it and not Sam?
What do you mean?
So why do you think the man clicked the safety bars shut on the roller coaster and not Sam?
So they wouldn't be able to fall out.
So why didn't Kate dare to open one eye until they reached the first loop?
I think she was probably too scared to open both eyes while going around the hoop.
Explain why Kate was beginning to feel dizzy.
Because it keeps going around and up and down into loop and loop.
Cool. Thanks, Kate.